Imagine you're a newbie at the gym, and you are aiming to bench press 200 pounds right off the bat. And you try to bench 200 pounds every day for a year, but despite trying every day for a year, there's no success. On the other hand, there is another newcomer starts with just the bar and gradually adds weight. At first week, he just tried to lift 5 pounds, then next week 10 pounds, and so on. By the year's end, the first person who is trying to bench 200 pounds, right off the bat will not going to lift the weight at the end of the year, but the second person who starts with just the bar and slowly increase the weight will going to be able fully or close to lift 200 pounds. This is called progressive overload in fitness, which helps us understand the opposite needed when quitting bad habits. This idea doesn't only help build muscle, but also helps us break bad habits like addiction. If you are trying to quit a habit and you try to stop all at once, going from constant involvement to zero involvement, this is like the first person at the gym trying to lift too heavy without building up to it. Instead, progressive deloading suggests gradually cutting down, making the challenge easier and increasing the chance of sticking with it long term. In this video, I'm going to show you how exactly you can also use progressive overload to break bad habits. How to apply progressive deloading, a step-by-step guide. Step 1, understand your habit. At first, you have to define the bad habit, whether it's smoking, excessive social media usage, or any other addictive behavior. Understanding the habit itself is the first step. Clearly define what the bad habit is. Monitor your record. Before making any changes, spend a week or a month just tracking how often you engage in this habit. This tracking serves as a baseline for your progressive deload. And second, track how often you engage in the habit for a week or a month to establish a baseline. Step 2, plan monthly. Track your average month and plan small reductions. For example, if the habit occurs 30 times a month, aim to reduce it to 28 times the next month, and then 26 times next month, and gradually reduce the habit to 0. Try to divide your main goal into smaller monthly goals, each month reducing the habit a bit more than the last. Don't try to reduce from full involvement to zero involvement. If you do that, you're going to likely after some days snap back. Try apps or journals for tracking habits, marking a calendar each time you do the habit, so that you can visually show your progress and motivate yourself. Understand the mishaps are part of the process. Each mistake is a chance to learn and adjust your strategy. Reward yourself by celebrating small victories like cutting your habit by half in 6 months with a reward. Review and adjust monthly. Review your progress each month and adjust your plans as needed. Maybe you can cut down even more, or perhaps you need to stabilize before further reduction. Implementing a specific deloading plan, for example with smoking, month 1. Track each time you smoke and note the time and triggers. Month 2. Aim to smoke 1 less cigarette each day. Month 3. Reduce by another cigarette daily. You could also try to reduce it by 2 or 3 days, it's up to you. Month 4. Maintain this reduced rate, focusing on managing stress differently. Conclusion, building new habits. As you manage to leave bad habits behind using progressive deloading, it's essential to cultivate new, healthier ones. This can fill the void left by the old habits and offer better ways to channel your energies. Remember, it's not about immediate success, it's about making gradual progress. Each small step forward counts, and if you slip up, remind yourself that every day is a fresh chance to work towards your goals. This approach will actually give you time to adapt so that you can easily break the habit. This progressive deload approach will gonna help you to quit the bad habits, but you need to remember that it's gonna take time. If you want to be the first guy who tried to bench 200 pounds at once, want to quit the bad habit as soon as possible, then you're gonna fail, no matter what. But on the other hand, the guy who starts with just the bar then slowly increases the weight, reducing the bad habit gradually, then you are more likely to quit it. When it comes to quitting a bad habit, then you need to understand that you actually can't quit a habit, you can only replace it. You can't completely disappear a bad habit from your life. Instead, you could only replace the bad habit with a new good habit. For example, if you want to quit social media, then try to replace it with something else, like going outside, playing any sport or any other activity. The same goes for NoFap. Instead of NoFap, try to less FAP, try to gradually decrease the amount, like for this month 28, then 26, then 24, etc. It's true that embracing a gradual approach when it comes to quitting bad habits is both realistic and effective. The concept of progressive deloading can be applied not only to physical challenges like weightlifting, but also to the mental strength needed to break ingrained habits. By recognizing that habits are difficult to completely eliminate, but can be replaced, you empower yourself to make lasting changes. It's all about finding healthier substitutes and forming positive routines that gradually overshadow the negative patterns. Just as adding weight incrementally builds strength in weightlifting, slowly replacing destructive habits with constructive ones can lead to long-term success in the journey to self-improvement. Remember, every step in the right direction, no matter how small, counts towards building a better version of yourself.